Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between Harstem and Zoun. Here on Romanticide, the latter edition, this replay is from Pig. He's an Australian caster. He's a professional caster. He casts premier events, and he has his own Twitch stream, and the link is in the description. Bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Zoun. He's a young Korean Protoss player, and in the top left we have Harstem, who is not Korean. He is Dutch, and he has his own YouTube channel. I'll link that in the description as well. If you haven't heard of YouTube StarCraft 2 channel, then I don't know what to tell you, but he makes incredible content, much better content than I do. So go ahead and check him out, and let's get right on into it here. So PvP is a mirror matchup that is very mirrory. Check this out. Assimilator. Zoun's a little bit behind here. Gateway. Check this out. Watch. They're going to do the same thing. Yep. Another probe. And another gateway. Double gas, double gates into Cybercore, and from there it diverges into whatever you want to do. Yep. There's your Cybercore, and yep, there's your Cybercore. So after this, you can go into 2 Stalkers, 2 Adepts, I don't know, 2 Sentries, a Sentry and an Adept, Sentry and Stalker. Just don't open up 2 Zealots, or you will lose the game immediately in PvP. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Anyway, let's see. This is going to be a Patreon cast for those of you who support me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I really appreciate all of you guys for supporting me. It just fills my heart with such joy to know that people still enjoy my StarCraft 2 casts, even after I've been doing it for 5 years, almost 6 years now. Man, late February 2015 is when I started my casting career. Anyway, double Stalker here, and, see, double Adept here from Zoun. I told you so. This is sneaky, though. Proxy Stargate here from Zoun. How did he sneak that out? How does he have extra monies? He has the same worker count. What am I missing here? What has Harstem done? He has all the gosh darn same things, except he's making a Stargate. Well, I guess, okay, And he's making 2... Oh! Wait. There's a Nexus coming up from Harstem. Okay, so he was saving up for a Nexus, whereas Zoun just went right into Stargate and making a Proxy Oracle. Fair enough. So the pro from Harstem says, this is interesting. There's not an expansion coming down. Traditionally, there should be by this stage of the game. On the other side of the map, a couple of Adepts trying to get up here and get some damage done, but obviously walling out of it off very intelligently. Harstem knows how to deal with Adept harass in PvP, because of course he does. So probe dead to a second set of Adepts. Oracle swinging on in here a little bit faster than we might expect. The Oracle's name is Silver Armada. This Oracle was kicked out of the Golden Armada for having problematic attitude issues, and so she started her own Armada out of spite and called it the Silver Armada. I like that. That's a cute idea. Adorable. All right, zap, 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 zap. That's, wow, 4 probe kills is a big number of probe kills for an Oracle in a PvP, but really in any matchup, that's a pretty good opening. That proxy timing, excellent. Oh, no! And the front door's open. No. He's so used to being like, Zoun is like, what? Wait a second, that door's never open. It is now. Adepts are inside the house. There's a little bit too much DPS here for those guys. They don't like it. They're going to try to kill a pylon and depower that shield battery. That'd be pretty... Oh, look, but he's forcing... Oh, it's so good. This play is so good with the Adepts. Whoa! He finished the transfer. He's going to kill a Sentry. That's cool. He's going to kill another Sentry. That's also cool. And the Oracle's coming in to try to mess with stuff, but the Stalker's peeling off to deal with that, allowing the Adept to get a few more probe kills. This is some great play from Zoun. The harass is beautiful here. 10 probes killed by Zoun in the first 4.5 minutes of this game. The good news for Harstem is he's got his natural base up, I guess, sooner, but, you know, that doesn't help him have more workers. Zoun's been probing this entire time. He's up to 31 workers. Harstem is at 25. Holy cannoli. Ladies and gentlemen, this is interesting. Zoun is in a really great position right now, I gotta say. He's working on Blink. Harstem's getting a Forge, whether that's for defensive cannons or just for the upgrades. Again, having upgrades in mirror matchups is extremely good. Having upgrades all the time, better upgrades than your opponent, is always very nice. But especially in mirror matchups, it just feels like it matters more. And I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that's definitely how it feels. Got a shield battery in the mineral line to Zoun. Shield battery at the front, and a stasis ward. Bit of a trap for anybody that tries to attack him, but Harstem is defending. He is, he's got his stalkers up here. His sentries all died, so he doesn't have any of those to help defend with, but he's worried about future potential attacks here from this Oracle, which is actually just sitting at home, hanging out and doing not much of anything. Blink is on the way for Harstem 2 now. He's got a pylon down here and a pylon over here to catch early scouts. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the 1440p cast. They've been fantastic. Oh, and other good news. Man, by the time you see this, most of you guys will see this a month after it posts on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. If you're seeing this on the YouTube, then I actually was able to post the VODs from Africa World number 69 that I solo cast about a month ago now. It was like the first weekend of January. I cast that solo out on africatv.com/laughingames. Anyway, I solo cast it. It was about a 4-hour event, 4.5-hour event. It was a lot. It was a lot of casting. It was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. I usually co-cast with Laughing Games. This is also very fun, but solo casting kind of my deal, right? I'm more comfortable with solo casting. Anyway, the point is, it was an amazing tournament. We had Special and Solar. We had Zest and Armani all playing for a big cash prize there for the Africa World Tournament. Anyway, I solo cast it, and I posted a bunch of the VODs for different series out on the channel. So if you haven't seen those, by all means, go check those out. Those are only available on africatv.com, where not many people go. It turns out, not many English speakers anyway. It's big with Koreans for sure. But yeah, be sure to check that out. I think it was a good time. I don't often get to cast live professional games. Actually, once every 2 weeks I do, which is, you know what, that's fairly common. What am I complaining about? That's pretty good. And then even more events on Trovo, depending on how that goes too. So check it out. Anyway, third base up for both players. Zoun, Harstem. Robotics Bay on the way for Harstem. This could be Colossus. This could be Disruptors. Disruptors are probably more commonly used in PvP. We'll keep an eye on see what happens to that thing. It's a Dark Shrine from Zoun. Now, this could be for Archons. This could also actually be for Dark Templar. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. So both players are now taking divergent tech paths, even more than they were, I think, previously. Obviously, right? We got the Proxy Oracle from Zoun, and Harstem went for some sentries, and that was very different indeed. But Stalkers are the backbone of PvP army, whatever you happen to be doing. Something got caught in stasis. We hear that stasis trap get off? Why did I hear a stasis trap go off? I don't see anything in stasis. Maybe I'm hearing things, perhaps. Perchance I am hearing things. Possible. Oh, it's Shadow Stride, and it is Disruptors. Okay, so it is DTs, and it's Shadow Stride, which is the DT Blink ability. Now, let's DTs blink like Stalkers. It's very cool. It's very useful for getting into scenarios and then getting out of scenarios quickly. There's a cooldown on it. So you kind of have to choose. Do you want to blink into your target, or do you want to walk into your target and blink away when the defense comes? Usually you want to walk into it and blink away. It's very much like battle cruisers that way, or we want to regular fly into the enemy base and then teleport out when you're in trouble. Being able to run away more quickly is better than being able to get to the enemy base more quickly. In general, is how that works. So we've got a Warp Prism with a few Zealots hanging out, deciding, where do you want to go, but Harstem's got some units here. Another pylon up top to scout for this sort of thing. The vision of Harstem is pretty good. Got a 4th base coming in. Zoun's 4th base is coming in at the same time. I mean, these guys, very, very similar timings on their expansions, but that's PvP in a nutshell. Once again, charge on the way from Harstem. He is working, again, on Disruptors. Zoun doing the same thing. I believe we saw a Disruptor in... No, just a Robotics Bay. But we probably will see Disruptors coming out here, too. I love the DT Blink play. I hope we see some of it. Look at this Stargate hiding up here. So the question is, do you all get stasis or just one of you? You all get stasis. Very nicely done. Wow, look at this warping of DTs. So there's 2 cannons and a shield battery here. This might be a blink on top, kill the cannon, walk over, kill this cannon, kill probes. Especially while Harstem is out. Well, he's a bit more out on his side of the map. So, I mean, despite the damage done by Zoun in the early stage of the game to Harstem's economy, Harstem's doing fine. He's at 72 workers to 79 for Zoun. It's really not that big of a deal. His proxy warp gate, or Stargate rather, does get scouted, and this is the key for Zoun to move on in here. He shadow strides in, kills a cannon, and then just gets out. There's too many stalkers. Good warping. Nice shield battery overcharge too. The second cannon providing additional detection is really nice. He actually got 2 probes too. 2 probes and a cannon down during that blink, and none of them died. That's pretty good play. Both players double pumping those disruptors at the moment, which just means we're going to see some disruptor tennis, which PvP, generally that's how that works. There's a lot of disruptor tennis. Ever since the disruptor was introduced, it seems like it gets the most use in PvP of all the matchups involving Protoss. I don't know why. I guess it's just that you have a lot of high-value target items all clumped up in Protoss, and getting a disruptor hit on any of it's going to be really good, whereas against Zerg, it's cheaper units you're killing, and against Terran, again, cheaper units, and Terran's real good at splitting anyway. The smaller units allow for better splits. So here we're going to see Disruptor Tennis. Ready? Whoop. Send it your way. Bam. Oh, 2 sentries. Send it your way with. Right? We're just sending the tennis ball back and forth here. In this case, it's a Purification Nova. But it's tennis. I've always felt that way ever since the first game of Disruptor Tennis I saw. Oh, back in 2015? Because that's when the Disruptor was introduced. It's been a long time. I've been talking about Disruptor Tennis. Zoun's working on +3 attack for his ground units, which is great. As the other side, Harstem is on +2, not working on +3 yet. The production tab for Harstem is kind of falling apart here, but nice blink. Oh, taking out a Disruptor and getting out of there. That is definitely worth it. Trying to get some DTs on into that third base again. No, you're not, says Harstem units. Get on out of there. Resources lost at this point, pretty much even. 1900 to 2200 is not anything to write home about. This extra base by Zoun is really nice, though. Yeah, if I'm counting right, he's on 5 total bases. Harstem is on 4 just now, getting his 5th base up and running. So Zoun maxed out. Zoun has the better income at the moment. Not by a whole ton, obviously, but doing all right for himself. DT's trying to find what damage they can, taking down that scouting pylon, making Harstem a little bit blinder, and then when the army shows up to deal with them, blinking out. Again, blinking away. Very, very nice. Revelation, yeah, the Oracle also has some utility here by tossing Revelation down on the enemy army, which we see this a lot, honestly. Oh, DTs! Yep, DTs are going to get it. DTs are in a lot of trouble. They're going to blink when they can, but actually, yeah, okay. The Stalkers want to stand there and just take hits. That's totally fine with Zoun, I believe. And he takes down the Nexus. So Zoun just has a rather big-time advantage here. Look at him blinking up, zoning out Harstem's army with Novas, catching a Disruptor with the hit, too. That's beautiful stuff. That's the first thing I think that one of Harstem's Disruptors have killed, is that one Stalker, but the delay on the space is real right now. And the fact that Harstem's on 82 workers on 4 bases, does that just indicate, yeah, he's oversaturated. He's got to be oversaturated on at least a couple of these. Another Stargate coming in from Zoun. Did he lose his Disruptor? Is that the problem? No, or rather, his Oracle. Yeah, he's got his Oracle. That's not the problem here. Maybe he just wants another one. The little DT hit squads are just not accomplishing a ton. I mean, yes, in fairness, they did delay this 5th base quite intensely. Harstem is still yet to recover from it, but other than that, they haven't done a whole lot. Fleet peeking coming in from Harstem. And double Stargate here. Are we moving into Skytoss versus Skytoss? It sure seems like we probably are. Nice hit there, catching a couple Stalkers. That's a big hit. That was a big hit. Ooh, Disruptor killed on the other side, though. It's Disruptor Tennis! Doing work. Ah! Group of Stalkers down. Was that a self-hit? Hold on, I gotta see that one again. Ow! Double Disruptor down there. One Disruptor down there. Blinks up. Oh, that was a zone. No, wait. No. It was a Harstem Purification Nova. Got it. Anyway, really, really good stuff here. We're looking at a total of 5 Disruptors killed. Both players have actually lost 5 Disruptors. So pretty even game so far that way. Mothership on the way from Harstem. Oh. No, blinks on top of the disruptors and kills them before they can take down the enemy disruptors here. But both players losing so many of their stalkers and so many of their disruptors as well. I think Harstem has one disruptor left, but that's it. God, the 2 shield upgrades for Harstem really paying off here. Yeah, they're both at +3 attack, but Harstem's +2 shields is a massive advantage in Stalker versus Stalker combat. Additionally, fleet picking coming in from Zoun. Additional star gates in production here. And yeah, it really feels like we're going to see some kind of a carrier Tempest big time hit. Oh, massive hit. Oh, disruptor wiped out there. Holy schenectady. This is a good PvP, I gotta say. Thanks, Pig. I don't know what this was for, but be sure to check him out. On YouTube and on Twitch. We'll put his stuff in the description that way. Pig's a great guy. He's very funny. He's very knowledgeable about StarCraft as well. Much better player than I am, too. Obviously. So, Zealot Stalker. Zealot. Oh, the disruption flank! Oh my gosh, Harstem taking big time hits. Yeah, he's getting all of the hits. Disruptor's causing major problems. Zoun wants to expand down this way. He's going to be able to do it. DT saving the day. As a Zealot was dispatched to deal with it. Both players really going for them extra bases here. But Zoun's still up, man. This is his 6th and his 7th base. He's double warping in. Harstem's trending some Zealots, trying to make sure that this base goes down, but they're not going to get it. Too much damage from enemy stalkers. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only the 6th base for Harstem. So Zoun is up. Full show. Once again, if one Zealot is not enough to do the deal and denying a base, then maybe 2 is going to be enough. And then 4 Zealots show up and make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, I mean, we're working on 4 carriers at a time for Zoun. Tempests on the way here from Harstem. And, you know, Tempests basically counter carriers. I say that because they outrange carriers and they do bonus damage to carriers. And therefore, Tempests are supposed to be the anti-carrier unit. But sometimes, if you're trying to defend against carriers, it doesn't do a whole lot of good for you to be far away from them. You know what I mean? So it can be tricky. I'm not saying because Harstem has Tempest, he's automatically going to win engagements here against carriers. Or even just tossing down Purification Novas on top of everything. Oh, look at this. Harstem has his own DTs. And they're going to actually help take down this Nexus. So base count now officially even. Also a bunch of probes getting killed. 6 probes going down for Zoun. Going down for Zoun. Going down for Zoun. Going down for Zoun. There was a pause apparently. ASDAS GG, says Harstem. Chunky baby. Quoting Harstem. ASDAS GG. Apparently whatever that means. So yeah, look at this. We've got ourselves a Skytoss army of Mothership on Harstem's side, as well as 8 Tempests. Zoun on the other side, 4 carriers. And that's it. So I really feel like Harstem does have an advantage here. Will not qualify it as guaranteed advantage. Oh, no, he wins. Purification Nova explodes the enemy disruptor before the Nova from Harstem's side explodes Zoun's disruptor. Amazing. Harstem expanding up this way. Or rather, yeah, Harstem is expanding up this way. But look, Zoun has a War Prism right here. Can he see this? Oh, he can see this. Maybe he lets it finish. Maybe he's just extremely worried about the mass Tempest that Harstem seems to have gone for here. Oh, yeah, see, warping in. Got some Zealots to shut this down. DT to be warped in to deal with it. Bunch of probes getting wiped out. Engagement here. I don't even know, man. Man, DT's really saving the day when it comes to this base. That DT going down on the south side. Zoun's Harstem's DT's, you know, accomplishing about as much, I think, as Zoun's have. Both players doing some pretty good work here with that. Blinks in. See, that's the problem. You blink in with a Stalker to take down a Tempest, yeah, but then you leave yourself open to Purification Novas. It's very, very dangerous. It reminds me of how Terran uses Liberators against Protoss. to prevent them from just blinking on top of their army. Liberators can be a pretty scary unit that way. Overcharge, making the Zealots bypass and move into the main base. What do we do here? Just take down pylons? I mean, that seems a little boring for a foray all the way into the main base. Ah, Disruptor Hit! God, and then just narrowly dodging on the other side here. Alright, warping in some units to deal with these shenanigans. Yeah, I think this has just been an endless game of Disruptor tennis back and forth in this area for the past 3 or 4 minutes. This has been something to behold. Boom! Stalker down. Go down. Actually going for the Tempest upgrade. Oh, I can't remember what it's called ever. But it increases the damage of Tempest to buildings. Tempest upgrade called... I want to call it Seismic something, but whoa! Zoun going for it here. Time Warp getting tossed down to slow down the Stalker's ability to pursue this army, but they just blink out of it. And Mothership dead. Tempest all in an immense amount of trouble as well here. Upgrades are benefiting Harstem across the board, both of the sky units and the ground units, which is nice. But it's 180 to 165 supply here. Zoun is, he's all right. I'm going to say that Zoun is doing just fine. Thank you for asking. Top right-hand base attempted to get replanted by Harstem again for his own 7th. And it's been 7 bases for Zoun this whole time. I mean, yeah, income here recently has definitely been favoring Zoun, but Harstem has had his nice day in the sun, I think, to this point. 6 probes killed by that DT group. Zoun trying to expand down this way. No, says Harstem. You're not doing that. There we go. Zoun trying to keep up on upgrades here, too, with his +3 air weapons that Harstem has had for a little bit of time here. He's also got the 2nd level shield. Both players actually working on 3rd level shield upgrades, which once again benefits everything Protoss has, including buildings, air units, ground units, buildings, all covered by shield upgrade. He's very nice. Is a very nice upgrade to have the longer it goes on, especially in PvP. See, the reason you don't see it much against Terran is because EMP exists, and doing a ton of damage to shields instantly, no matter how upgraded those shields are, is just the bane of Protoss existence, so they don't usually bother with it. Archon's there. Archon getting pushed as he's being summoned, which is always a fun thing to see. It's just like, I just want to be left alone and summoned, thank you. Yeah, both players maxed out, both players working on their banks. Harstem actually has a bigger mineral bank than Zoun does, and as every base on the map is being taken, that's a big deal. Zoun's bit of a small army gets backed into a corner, just obliterated by a Zealot Stalker composition that Harstem brings to the table. Zoun says, "Ah, that's where you are. Let's engage. I have my own Tempest now. I also still have my carriers, which you don't have any of." Both players... No, it looks like only Zoun has the upgrade for the Tempest, which again doesn't benefit damage against ground units, just against buildings. Zoun going against that there high ground. High ground. Just it's just a 12 o'clock expansion is all it is. I'm not sure what to attack, interestingly enough. Shield battery, yes, good target for sure, but taking down this pylon means all these cannons die. Oh, shield battery trying to help it. Actually, not going too poorly, shield battery. Nicely done. Incredible work there. Yeah, this is a pretty intense PvP, I gotta say. Zoun taking an attack to the bottom left-hand corner against Harstem's base, but Harstem too close to home and for that to really work out for Zoun, and Zoun is forced to flee. Warp Prism for Zoun could do some stuff, I feel like. Like a big warping of charge lots here in Harstem's main base would be really annoying for Harstem to root out. No race enjoys having a big warping of Zealots show up in their main. Terran, Zerg, and Protoss hate it. Because they're so hard to take down. You have to commit so much to deal with them, and they're just so easily warped in and so cheap, relatively speaking, for the Protoss player. So, I mean, at least in PvP, they feel the pain that we all feel. You know, Terran and Zerg, by that I mean, lumping us in together. Zoun actually pushing for the first time with a really solid attack. Oh, that pylon dying would be great. Did he not bring detection with him? He didn't bring detection with him, so a couple DTs warping in is enough to make Zoun back out. How weird. Is this Warp Prism doing something? No. That Zealot wandered in here, I think got killed by the cannon. No. Something killed that guy. This one did? Nope. I don't rightly know. Zoun just kind of giving up there, I guess. Harstem harassing Zoun's top right-hand base. Zoun trying to feel like if he can get down here and wipe this base out. But look at them stacked Tempest. That is a weird sight to behold. Are they patrolling? I don't think so. Doing weird stuff is all. And then they spread out gracefully. Stack them. Stack them good. Harstem mounting an assault in the top right-hand corner. For real this time, though. Ah, Nexus goes down anyway, despite Zoun's response to the attackers. Yeah, Zoun's army finally responds to deal with this, and that should be all she wrote for everything Harstem on this side of the map, including some probes. That is Harstem sacking to create more supply? I don't know. Harstem's working on the upgrade. Where the heck? Ah, here we go. So, both players base trading a bit here. We're going to go ahead and both lose our extreme far awayest expansions. At the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock, both players end up losing that real quickly. Again, Tempest damage versus buildings. They were given this upgrade to deal with Sporecrawler Forest against Zerg, but it's also pretty good at helping to kill buildings if you're in this kind of a situation in a PvP, though. Or, you know, a PvT, whatever, it's fine. Oh, it's not seismic, tectonic. Tectonic disturbance, tectonic stabilization, something like that. Seismic is the range upgrade for lurkers, is what it is. Both players effectively maxed out right now. Both players have decent banks. Zoun has more gas, which is really nice. You're trying to max out on anything other than Zealots. Both players losing a couple of bases here. Zoun is... Ooh, big Purification Nova hit. Sneaking in with that Harstem. And then recalling out. Recognizing, okay, I'm down on Tempest count. Actually, not by that much. No, he has more. Zoun is 15 to 14 Tempest for Harstem. Wow. Honestly. Zoun real close to losing this top right-hand base again. He doesn't want to do. Both players are replanting their 12 and 6 o'clock bases. Zoun's a little bit faster on the uptake than Harstem is here. That's a dead mothership. Do you know that you're dead, mothership? There you go. Dead mothership. But standing in, it's so close. Numbers-wise, it's so close. I mean, technically, Harstem's down about 35 supply, closer to 40 supply here, but Zoun is backing off. He's trying to replant this top right base. Income hugely favoring Harstem at the moment, based on the fact that he has the bottom left-hand base and Zoun does not. And this one, dude, Harstem is way, way up in economy right now, obviously, based on this graph that I just looked at. But for reasons that make sense now, Zoun is still up overall with army supply. But again, Harstem better economy helps him over the long run. The longer the game goes on, the more having a better economy assists if you're trying to win a match like this. Pretty nutso PvP, I gotta say. This is a lot of fun. Hope you're enjoying it. Hit that like button if you are. Just helps the algorithm know that I'm here. I believe is how that works. Trying to get the StarCraft 2 channel to grow. And so far, thanks to everybody who has subscribed. We hit 3,000 subs earlier this month, so I appreciate that. Maybe by the time this shows up on YouTube, it'll be closer to 4,000. Who knows? Who even knows anymore how this works? The algorithm is mysterious and always has been. Harstem sneaks his Tempest up top right, takes down a Nexus in record time, and then recalls out. Meanwhile, he has a smaller army down here going after Zoun's 6 o'clock base. This is where Zoun's army was the whole time. Shield Battery Overcharge actually helping to save this Nexus quite nicely. Wow, I mean, that would have been a dead Nexus without Shield Battery Overcharge for sure. So Protoss can feel that frustration of not being able to take down a base because of Proton, or shield overcharge here, right? Right. Yeah, I think Harstem might have this game. I know we're looking at 200 supply. Armies are about the same. But that income tab has not really been friendly to Zoun at all for a while. Zoun is going to try to take down this bottom left-hand base, but once again, in the general vicinity are all the billions of Tempests that Harstem has, and Zoun doesn't want to seem to engage. He does have 2 more Tempests than Harstem does, and your upgrades are pretty even. Oh, wait, Zoun actually has +3 air armor. And Harstem does not. Interesting. So I really feel like Zoun in a straight-up engagement should be able to win this thing. Oh, Harstem taking top right base, too. Harstem! Our Dutch Protoss player looking really good against the young Korean here. He's got more games under his belt because he's older, that's for sure. But that experience is kicking in here as well. But look at the production tab. Look how much stuff is going on for Harstem right now versus how little is happening for Zoun. Zoun really trying to crack the nut that is the top right-hand corner base here for Harstem, but it's not going to work out. The DT defense warpings here by Harstem have been fantastic today. Look how fast Tempest kill bases with +3 attack and their tectonic stabilizers upgrade. Pretty good, man. Yeah, Zoun's done. He's just done. He's down too many bases. Oh, hang on. Zoun is engaging now with all of his Tempests and takes down another mothership, which is the third one that Harstem has lost today. Resources lost overall. 73,000 for Harstem, 62,000 for Zoun. So more cost efficient overall, but Harstem has more money and can afford to be a little bit less cost efficient. Top right base now belongs to Zoun after a bunch of stalkers from Zoun did manage to take down Harstem's base up in that top left-hand corner. We are really kind of working on mining this map out, you guys. I don't know that I've seen that happen with Romanticide yet. Zoun is able to burn down the space if he target fires that Nexus, but he goes after some of the static defense instead, and that Assimilator, and backs out, leaving the Nexus alone. Again, this is almost mined out. I cannot stress to you how much almost every base on this map is mined out, except perhaps the top right, because it's been so hotly contested. This is, man, are we going to get it to a mined out situation here? I support this concept wholeheartedly if we end up making it there. I didn't expect this game to be a 40-minute mined out Romanticide match, but you know what? I'm feeling it now. I am so excited for this now. Zealots of Harstem hanging out among the flora and fauna and running to their deaths. Oh, just kidding, not running to their deaths, running away from their deaths. Ow. Taking a couple cannon hits for their trouble. Once again, Zoun shows up, takes down static defense, and then decides not to kill the Nexus. Wait, now he is. No. Zoun can't win this game where he's had such an economic disadvantage for the last 10 minutes. Look at this 10-minute graph and how red it is, how incredibly red it is, and how little blue there is on it. Bottom left base dies. Is it even worth taking? I mean, yeah, I guess so. Something like 2,000 something minerals on there. 3,000 minerals on there. Zoun's sacking some of his probes, it looks like to me, in order to free up more supply for stalkers, which is fine. And then, yeah, this top right-hand base. This fresh top right-hand base, relatively fresh top right-hand base. Looking pretty good. This has been some really good back-and-forth action. Really felt like Zoun had it early, then Harstem had it in the middle. We're just sacking. Both players just sacking probes here for nothing. Just to free up supply. Harstem making another mothership. Because, you know, the first three have they really paid for themselves? I don't know. I mean, it forces your opponent to have observers, which is good, I guess. But otherwise, I don't know. The time warp, really good. Stalkers can blink out of it anyway. I guess Zealots are fairly slowed by it, if you're worried about that kind of thing. Yeah, we are cruising into the 40-minute mark here today. Who saw that coming? Not me. Right. Extreme chaos reigns here. Carrier versus Carrier. Tempest versus Tempest. Again, attacking Interceptors is not the ideal play here. Both players doing a better job with their Tempest, attacking each other's Tempest and each other's Carriers. Zoun at 161 supply. Just seems to be winning it, and does! Wow. One final decisive engagement, and Zoun is your winner in 38 minutes and 30 seconds. What? How did we... Okay, so hold on a second. We went from both players maxed out, Harstem having 163 to 157 army advantage here. I guess it's Bank, right? Bank was the... Oh, that was it. Both players... Okay, so we look at it. 77 to 63. Man, that's a big... Look at that discrepancy even before this battle. 77 to 63. If we watch it... I think the difference here is that Zoun is able to replace stuff. Oh, having the Stalkers on the low ground against these Carriers is also really nice. Yeah, he's able to warp in 13 Stalkers, whereas Harstem can make 2. And the Stalkers come in here to assist, and that was the difference. 77 to 63, so that means Harstem ended up losing 9,000 resources in that battle, and Zoun only lost 6. So he only lost 6,000 and 9,000. Plus, he was able to basically not remax, but make another 13 stalkers to aid in that final battle, and that was it. Wow, look at that too. Amazing. Incredible. What an incredibly great PvP that was. That was a ton of fun. Makes me sad this won't get as much attention as some of my other matchups, but, you know, PvP every once in a while, it's a good time. Carriers, Tempests, DTs, Motherships, you know, stuff we don't see in every other matchup. A lot of Disruptor Tennis, which we don't see in any other matchup because it's impossible to have Disruptor Tennis. Just it's a one-sided endeavor with Disruptors in the other matchups. 86 probes died for Harstem. I feel like most of that was intentional to free up supply to max out. Yeah, look at this. He's maxed out with 37 probes. He's not trying to retake that base. He knows this is mined out. His income, yeah, this base staying alive for Zoun and Harstem's income just being in the toilet was huge. It was really big. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it at the end of the game. Zoun just made some better trades. Yeah, he just made better trades over and over and over and over again. And at the end of time, that was it. Incredible. All right, so good game by Harstem, better game by Zoun, good PvP, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.